Okay, in this video we're going to practice two-step equations. I'm only going to work out maybe 3 of them with you, and then the rest of them will be your responsibility. So I'll pick one that maybe looks hard. Let's try 15. So I'm going to rewrite number 15 on the next page. Negative 7n negative 7n minus 20 equals negative 48. The first thing that I notice is I'm going to write down here what's happening to n. The first thing I notice is that n is being subtracted by 20. And the next thing that I notice is that n is being multiplied by negative 7n, or negative 7, multiplied by negative 7. So now we need to go back through and we need to decide what we're going to do about it. The opposite of subtracting 20 is adding 20. And the opposite of multiplying by negative 7 is dividing by negative 7. So we're definitely going to be adding 20, so that's an addition. And we're definitely going to be dividing by negative 7, so that's a D for division. If I write SADMEP, I notice that A comes before D, so I'm going to add first and then divide. So the first thing that we're going to do is add 20 to both sides. I'm going to draw my line and I'm going to add 20 to both sides. These 20s will go away, and that leaves me with negative 7n equals, and then if I take negative 48 plus 20 in my calculator, don't change the way it looks, it's negative 48 plus 20, I'm going to get negative 28. Now what needs to happen is, of course I've taken care of the 20, so I'm going to cross it off down here, and I still need to divide by negative 7. So I'm going to divide by negative 7, divide by negative 7. These 7's go away, and I'm left with n equals negative 28 divided by negative 7 is positive 4. So the answer is n equals 4. The next one that I'm going to do is, they all look about the same. Let's do number 9. I'm going to write it on another sheet. Okay, so 1 minus 9n equals negative 80. Well, minus and negative are really pretty much the same thing. And so when I look at this, the first thing that I notice is that n is being multiplied by negative 9. Okay, so multiplied by negative 9. And the next thing that I notice is that 1 does not have a sign in front of it. Because it does not have a sign in front of it, that sign is positive. So this is plus 1. I don't know why I can't write. So this is plus 1. So 1 is being added. If it were being subtracted, it would have a negative in front of it, but it doesn't. I could have rewritten this problem, and it could have been negative 9n plus 1 equals negative 80, and that would have been fine too. Either way, I'm going to do the same work. So the first thing that we need to do is decide how we're going to fix it. Multiplying by negative 9, the opposite would be dividing by negative 9, and the opposite of adding 1 is minus 1. In our SADMEP, a subtraction comes before division. So this is going to be our first step, and this will be our second step. the very first thing that we're going to do is subtract 1 from both sides. And these 1s go away. And I'm left with negative 9n equals, if you put in your calculator negative 80 minus 1, you will get negative 81. Don't change the way it looks, put it in exactly the way that it looks. So this is taken care of. The 1 is now gone. The only thing left is the negative 9. And we've already decided how to take care of that. We're going to divide by negative 9. So divide by negative 9 on both sides. If you do it to one side, you must do it to the other. And n equals negative 81 divided by negative 9 is positive 9. So I'm going to give myself some space up here and write my final answer. Again, I have n equals, and then negative 81 divided by negative 9 is positive 9. So the answer is n equals 9. Okay, the last one that I'm going to do with you is 14. So we're going to write that down and we're going to solve it. Okay, so in this equation, the first thing that I notice is that n is being multiplied by 4. So multiply by 4, which we're going to divide by 4 to fix it. The next thing that I notice is that 27 is being subtracted because it has a negative in front of it, so that means subtraction. Negative and subtraction are really very similar. And the opposite of subtracting 27 is adding 27. Because addition comes before division in SADMEP, we're going to add 27 to both sides of the equation. So that's going to be our very first step. So we're going to add 27 and add 27. These 27s are going to go away, which is exactly what we wanted. So we can scratch them out of the chart now. We don't have to worry about them anymore. So this side's going to be 4n equals, and then in your calculator you're going to take 33 plus 27, and you're going to get, 60? I was going to say 70, but that's not true. So now we have 4n equals 60. Well, if you look back at our chart, the last thing that we need to do is divide by 4. So we're going to divide by 4 on both sides. These 4's go away. And we're left with n equals 60 divided by 4. So don't forget, this says 60 divided by 4. And that would be 15. So the rest of them, I want you to work out and practice. And if you have any questions, raise your hand and get help.